Hello everyone, Don here with the next update on the progress report for my war Corsair. My last video, if you've seen, I've been working on getting my radio antenna situation corrected. Well, in the long run, let me just kind of give you the overview of what happened. I brought down an SWR meter to test the radio antenna transmissions to see if it's broadcasting correctly. Looks like I'm probably getting in some fog here from the lens. It's cold. It's only 40-some degrees out today. But long story short, I was using a CB radio SWR meter, and I took some advice from one of my followers. He said, build an antenna at home that replicates what's in the airplane, which is just a 2-foot square sheet of aluminum bent, and then the antenna connection in the center with a copper center post going up into the tail fin. So I made one exactly the same as in the airplane, and I hooked my new cable to that and finally got the new fittings to adapt the CB radio SWR meter to the handheld radio. Got that all hooked up and started testing, and the tests were just as bad as they were down here before. So I had the antenna. I went from a 3-foot long antenna all the way down to like 19-20 inch long antenna, and the range should be somewhere in the 22 inch for this frequency range. So I was getting readings. I spent hours testing this thing, and I did like 40 sweeps on the meter frequency range from 118 to basically 137 hertz, like every 2,000 hertz. So it was like 118, 120, 22, 24, 26, 20, all the way up to 136,975 is the top of the limit for the radio on this. So, and they were all bad. It just, all I did when I went from one extreme to the other, there was a section in there that was bad. Out of the 10 readings, I would get 6 or 8 readings that were just completely off the scale, past the test parameter. When you test the meter, you got to zero it out. It was going clean past the zero, so it didn't make any sense. All it did was move that dead band either high or low. And in the center. So, but when I was in the correct range length of the antenna wire, the bad zone was in the middle. Well, doing research for another meter, in case this one I was using was bad, I started seeing ham radio meters, and the ham radios work on a much higher frequency range. But as I was looking at all the different meters to ponder which one to purchase, turned out there's a frequency range. Those meters are designed to work in a frequency range. And then finally, in my searching, I found out that a CB radio SWR meter, CBs work in 26 to 27 kilohertz, and the meter only reads up to 30 kilohertz. So the meter is completely out of range for airband frequencies of 118 to 137. So I finally found a digital one, small digital one, new one, that'll read from 100 hertz up into the 500 kilohertz frequency range. So I got that ordered. And I ordered that, and I had to order new fittings because it has a different connection on it. So I'm expecting to see that here in the next day or two. Today's Sunday. So in the meanwhile, I did get my shield in, and this is what I got. This piece of stainless steel, that's all it is. And it has little hooks on it, as you can see. It just goes underneath this. So I brought this down today to put on the plane. It's got a little weight to it because it is stainless after all. So I brought it down, put it on the plane, fired it up. I brought my radio down. Oh, almost dropped it. Brought the radio down, hooked it up with just the little whip antenna that comes stock with it. And I started playing up, took it out, taxied all the way down the end of the runway. When I got down the end of the runway, I glanced down and my water temperature is 220 degrees. And I'm like, what? So I turned the plane around, taxied all the way back. And usually if I taxi a little faster, the temperature comes down, but it didn't want to come down. And then the plane was running funny again. It was actually surging. It was going vroom, surging up and down. Just want to show you what kind of day we got down here. Absolutely gorgeous out here. The crosswind is out of the southeast today, So I had to taxi all the way to the west end of the runway. By the time I got there, I was only like 140 degrees when I started. I'm thinking, what's the matter? Is this thing? Is it low on water? Because I've been wanting to pull the cowling and check the water level, and I need to tighten the belt on the alternator because it squeals every now and then. It's probably stretched in and worn in a little bit that it needs tightened up. So I've been looking to do that, and I was going to do that today, but I just wanted to get out and test this. So I taxied all the way back, and then the water temperature finally started coming back down. It was down to like 190 to 200 when I got back here, but it was still surging. So I shut the plane off, get out of the plane. I was figuring, well, maybe this is now affecting the reading with some turbulence around the backside. No, the damn thing was laying in the bottom of the cowling. No, it had literally fell off and was just laying right there. So that surging was from the propeller pulses going across that meter. And this was tough. I had this snugged on there good. So now I'm going to take this back home. What I think I'm going to try, this is a plastic adapter, and it's pretty smooth. And I mean, this was on there, but like I said, this did add a little bit of weight to it. So what I might try is like drilling some holes through this into that, put a solid head rivet pin in there, pin it maybe 2 or 3 places, then put the clamp, the hose clamp here around it to hold the pins in. The pins will poke inside a little bit and just hold it on there, because I don't know if I can figure a way to safety it to here. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take this home. I'll unbolt this, take this home, but I got to make some kind of permanent fastener to hold this thing in place. So, but anyway, the new meter's coming for the antenna. I got the radio already in the car. Throw this in the car too. But I'm going to retest it and then check I'll trim the antenna and find out what works best. If it's close at the 22.5 inches, I'm not going to bother because it's up in the tail. It'd take me a couple hours to take that apart, trim it, put it back in, and retest it. I'll test it once I get the new meter down here on the plane, but I'm going to test it at home first. So that's kind of where I'm at. I was looking to do some more testing, but I don't think that's going to stay on. If I put it back on there and try to go back out, it's not going to work. It's just going to fall off again. So one thing after another, folks. But that's why I'm taking my time and testing. I have a good feeling that shield is going to work. I don't know how long it was on there, but by the way it was running, going down there, and the way it fell off, it probably fell off before I got down the end of the runway, because it was fine as I was going down. And that taxiway is still a little bumpy, and it may have been enough just to make it fall off. Luckily, you know, it didn't bounce off into the propeller. You're not gonna be able to see it, but there's nothing wrong with the prop. Nothing hit it. Luckily, it just dropped back down there and was sitting on the bottom of the cowling. But when it was running rough, I'm like, oh man, don't tell me that damn thing is gonna cause another problem. I think it's gonna work. I feel it's gonna work fine. So that's gonna do it for today, folks. I really wasn't planning on coming down today. But it just cleared up so nice, and it's supposed to be 50, but I don't think we're there yet. And again, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. I got here right at noon, so I've been here for an hour and a half. But I want to pull this cowling, check the coolant level, make sure it wasn't an issue with that, but I'm pretty sure it was the propeller. Just the pulses from the propeller going across this open air meter was making it surge. And it did want to run right, and it won't run right either. That mass air is a very key component in how these things run. So let me see. I don't think there's anything else I had to do. I had to put the box back in place before I could take it out. The radio, I just had it hooked on the thing and used a little whip antenna on it. So I guess that's going to have to do it for today, folks. Just let you know that, I haven't forgot about everybody. The weather's still holding up. It's supposed to be back up towards 60 again in the middle of the week. It's going to be really warm. So if the radio shows up tomorrow and I get this thing fixed, I may come back to you down tomorrow or Tuesday, maybe Tuesday at the latest. Wednesday's looking really good too, but it's going to warm up a little closer. Tomorrow's still supposed to be I think the colder day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think by Thursday they're calling for 60 and sunny. So I think that's about it. I suspected, I didn't believe that the coolant level was going to be low because I have not seen any coolant. Nothing's wet, nothing's leaking, cow's dry. So I doubt it's low on fluid. It just had to be that meter screwing up with the airflow. So we'll get that sorted out, folks, and hopefully I can come back down here in a day or two. And I don't want to come back until I get that meter. I want to test the antenna at home before I come down here and put it back in, because I have to snake that new cable back through to the tail. I need like a 6-foot pole just to get it in there so I can grab it, hook it up, and run it in, tie it, and clamp it all into place so it's not flopping around in there. That's going to take a little time to set up. So, but I got the next 2 days available to work on that. So if the meter shows up, and I ordered a 4-pack of adapters to go from SMA, which is a little tiny meter fitting that actually will screw right onto the antenna on the radio. It comes with a male-to-male connector that will allow me to hook that right to my antenna connection on the radio, hook it right to the meter. It's a little thing, it's only about that big around, probably so long. It's all digital, electronic. It gives you SWR readings, forward, reverse, power, several different things it puts out for, and it was like a $50 meter. But I ordered some fittings to go from the SMA adapter to a BNC connector, which is what the antenna cable is all hooked up to. So we've got another passerby coming in out there. All right, folks, as always, appreciate everyone taking the time to watch these videos, and to leave any comments, questions, concerns. Yeah, see, it's not running rich or anything. It looks good. A little bit of soot there, but that's probably just from the recent run. But everything's looking well. As always, leave any comments, questions, concerns. I'll answer a lot of them as they come along. And for all you new folks, you got to go back and look at these videos. If you're watching a video right now, this is the first video you ever watched. I've got, 100, almost 200 videos on my YouTube channel, and most of them are on this airplane build. So take some time, go back through, look through them, and you're going to find the answers you're looking for. So we're not repeating everything over and over and over and over again. It's not the first one. And as always, I'm in no hurry to get this thing flying. All these little things like this, if we get in the air and that thing fell off, you'd have a major problem. So I'm not going to fly it until that damn thing is running perfect, where it's going to happen when it happens, and I'm in no hurry. I'm not going to push it. I've got plenty of time to fly this. If it don't happen this winter, it'll be springtime. So all right, I'm going to go then. I'll catch you guys hopefully in a couple days. And then so for now, this is Dan and Don out. And again, thanks for watching.